the wombo combo, if you have a wombo combo on l'attaquant.
I mean, yeah, you're not entirely wrong, you know.
Well, that kind of
Yeah,
says that I'm
I mean,
kind of
yeah.
wrong, but yeah, no.
Yeah,
Thanks
Atakan
a
is
lot.
strong, Archer. Atakan is strong, I'm with you. And yeah, you don't need 4 or 5 pieces together when you have the one withdraw. That just completely
The withdraw.
honestly, that's the meta, no? Like you pick up the withdraw, you full send it, and you end the game. That's it, right? Surely that's just the strategy now. So
far it's been working, yeah.
we've seen it more than once today, so it's good. It's strong.
For the first time in history, today's history, feats of strength didn't get the victory.
Curse
Which also
broken.
brings the idea that Verden started off strong, but Nord were able to come back. So it was a back and forth game moving on, and somehow Nord pulled it off. And I want to know why, how, and why.
So look, yeah, the game goes like this. Verdant were pretty much leading in the first half of the game. They were having really successful fights with Nord when they were always coming up on top, while Nord were trying to force some things, they were just not working out for them. Verdant were better on the map, Verdant got the feats of strength. I have it written down because I keep forgetting it, sorry. So the game was really in their hands, and they were always in the stable gold lead. Then a fight at the Atacon happens, and Verdant go into it a little bit too silly goofy, and this silly goofiness bites them in the back, and from that moment on, Verdant don't control absolutely anything on the map anymore.
Yeah, they were winning until they lost.
Until they weren't.
Basically, yeah, it was. I think it shows the caliber of Nord as a team, though. The fact that they were still able to stay close enough that all it took was one fight to launch them ahead, and then from that point, there was just no coming back for Verdant.
It was one shield. It was one shield, literally, that took them from losing to winning. Okay, it was more things than that, but mostly it was the shield, because while there is someone else we are going to highlight, Treats, his Brom pick, it has such a huge impact on the game. The value of that shield into the wombo combo that relied heavily on Misfortune's ultimate to land, it was insane. He blocked out so many things flying into the Nord's face, and finally when they were able to find a good clutch place, it all worked out for them.
I gotta ask. Look at the damage, okay? This is not a question, but now the question comes in, because you see the goal difference. It was going in favor of Verdant slightly. That's almost nothing, by the way. So as Trouble stated out, Nord was put above Los Ratons by a lot of people on those tier lists. Should it have been this close versus Verdant?
That's a good point, honestly, Archer. That's a good point you make, because yeah, I mean, you have to think, like, potentially against a higher caliber of team, would this kind of rocky 20 minutes of the game, would that have been snowballed more against Nord, right? If this was Los Ratones and this first 20 minutes happened, you know, would we be seeing a higher goal difference and make it so that Nord couldn't get back into the game? I think certainly Nord will not be satisfied with how things have gone here in day one. They're fortunate that it's a 1-1 apiece right now. Like, they're not going 0-2, but certainly a lot to review right here. And to be honest, I just want to shift attention a little bit, just purely to the stats there, the damage charts. Like, that is a widespread damage there from Nord. Firstly, Vizicarci being number 1, I think is great. I think he played fantastically in that game.
Yes.
Top laners.
And I think it, like, Vi, by the way, having that much damage is actually kind of nutty, by the way. Like, that Vi is, she sets up plays. Like, she obviously has damage in her kit, but you don't pick her as like a carry jungler, right? And she still did that much. Santorin's he's been away for a while, but clearly hasn't lost it just yet.
Not even close. But also, when I look into these teams with legends and people that know the game like the back of their hands, or even better, it's that their strength often relies on the fact that they can easily adapt. I think when you have that sort of experience, you can easily adapt and just prepare to the next show. But the thing is, you're playing on a BO1, so I think that strength is being removed as well away from them, and it might make things complicated on these play days. But as soon as we get into playoffs, I think things are going to be quite different, especially with the fearless draft that someone in the desk loves, by the way. I don't know who. Well, there you go.
Who could it
We
be?
all love Fearless, to be fair, but someone
we
loves
do.
it. Yeah.
But I love Fearless. Oh my god, it's literally the best format. I'm so happy we finally have it.
I swear you shouldn't have a sword with that personality. I don't think that should be illegal.
What are you talking about? I'm just a girl.
Well, and I have just a boy for the interview. NoName is with us. Toss it. Well, hello there.
Hello.
NoName, pleasure to meet you. How are you doing? I know this is not the result you expected, and it was going kind of good at the beginning of the game. Where do you feel like it went down?
Well, the game is a bit of a blur for me, but kind of around Atacama, I would say. I feel like we didn't really like getting ran around the map through mid and bot. We were just running in between with no wards or Nautilus, so we found a smooth engage, but then we didn't peel the MF properly in the fight, and we kind of got wiped. Yeah.
NoName, if you could describe Atakan in one word as a jungler, what would you say that is allowed to be put on broadcast, by the way?
I'd say it's pretty explosive.
Explosive, I like that. The withdrawal is an interesting one. So, how would you wrap up this first day? Your experience with NLC, with the team, and with all the competition. How would you describe it?
Yeah.
If possible?
Well, it's kind of a strange day starting off with a sub. We ended up winning, so I'm happy we got that out of the way. And this game, there's a lot to take away from it. Like our early game was obviously good, but we do not really have enough experience with the comp we played, I think, to keep it going for the whole game. So, I mean, we have a lot to look over for the next week, and yeah, I mean, I can't be too sad about today because we ended 1-1 after having a sub, and I feel like there's a lot to take forward for next week. Like, I think we have so much room to improve, and I'm really confident in the team. Like, yeah, I'm pretty fine with this day.
I think this was a good day nonetheless, and you can prepare for the second one. NoName, I'm going to let you rest because I know it was a tough one. So thank you so much for the interview. Pleasure to meet you, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, see ya.
Have a lovely one. I want to let the players rest today because it's a long day for everybody. So yeah, and I do believe it's explosive because withdraw is a good statement to make when you play with that objective.
Yeah. It's spicy, that old Atakan, and as you know, when you things spicy often leads to things explosive, and that's what's happening here. We're seeing so Atakan is vital.
I don't know if you both can help me with this, but I'm gonna go to that soon, okay, soon, because I have the pleasure to talk with someone new. I was expecting him. I didn't know I would get him on today. XMatty, how are you doing? Pleasure to meet you.
Hi guys, nice to meet you. I'm doing good. Yeah, really fun to be back in NLC as well after quite a long time.
There you go. That was a long one, by the way. Welcome back.
Yeah.
XMatty, you got a 1-1 at the end of the day. Is this what you were expecting, or come on, be honest. No filters.
I mean, honestly, it would be like I was expecting 1-1 or 2-0. Like, I do think Los Ratones is a good team, and I think we definitely lacked a lot of decisiveness and like maybe the confidence that we'd have in scrims against them. I think if we play our game and play a lot better, we can beat them. Like, obviously they're a good team. So yeah, I would have said 1-1 or 2-0 for us today.
I love it. Tell me something. We were talking about it because your team has so much experience and knowledge. And with that in mind, I think a best of 3 or best of 5 goes in your favor because you can adapt really, really fast. But on the best of 1, it can be complicated. Do you think that can, be troublesome for you during this seeding stage?
I think as long as our plans are clear, like what we want to do for the one game, it's completely fine. But I do agree, especially with the new like Fearless and playing lots of different champs. I think for a team like us, that really benefits us because we've played through a lot of metas. We're like familiar with a lot of different styles or champs. So yeah, like making it to the BO3, BO5 is our goal, and I think that's when the real fun will begin.
So when you look into the 2 play days and you're 1-1, my question to you, my final question to let you rest as well is, how do you think it's gonna wrap up the top 3?
Top 3. I mean, on paper, I would hope now that it's like Los Ratones, us, and then third place, probably Verdant. Like maybe Verdant, I would assume. That's what I would feel. But yeah, obviously, I don't expect Los Ratones to drop a game, but you never know with Bouse's playstyle. Like sometimes the game can go wrong pretty quickly. So, like obviously, if they lose a game, then we can maybe find a way. But I'm expecting to be second at the start, and then hopefully make it into the upper bracket and make a run through there.
I like it. I like it. XMatty just saying that Trouble is giving me the message that she really missed you on NLC, by the way. So
On
welcome back to
NLC,
the
yeah,
NLC.
it's really nice to be back, especially like playing from home. It feels it feels like home. Like I've been away for a while, but this is fun.
Good to see you again, XMatty. Thank you so much for the
Yeah,
interview.
nice to
and
see you
go take a
too.
good
Thank you very
rest.
much. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
There you go, straight to the point. He's grown up, by the way. He's grown up. I was like, wow, he's grown up. And there you go. Yeah, I understand. Everybody's concerned, like, Los Ratones might not drop a game. Then Nord is stepping up. Verdant is on the tail. LLS is looking good as well. But Bulldogs actually showed something. So I think this is the group of death. I think this is a hard one.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I love some teams that we have on the second group as well, and I will be looking forward to seeing them in action, but this group really feels like the group you don't want to be in because of how tight the competition is.
Look at this. This is two teams like this is the last game, by the way. Lightside versus Bulldog Esports. Inkasing told us he's gonna win, but Rusty Sniper also said he's gonna win. I love it. I love when everybody's really overconfident. Because overconfidence is a slow
Insidious killer. Yes.
There you go. We all suffered in the hands of fate. And when we look into this one, we already have some information about both of them. What can we expect? Where should my eyes be focused?
I'm thinking both these teams 0-1 today, and they're looking to actually pick up their first win. So both these teams got a lot to prove for this one. I don't think we've seen really too much out of either of them. I'm going to still take a look at the bot side, though, of the map for both of these teams, to be honest. I think that's where it's at. Rusty Sniper is always someone to keep your eyes on. I know I've said that a lot. But coming from their first games, I think the mid laners showed up and looked really good. I think Haro and Caman both kind of stood out in their games too. So certainly could be a bit of a clash in that mid there as well.
Okay, jumping into the Champion Select. This is the last one of the day, but only today, by the way, everybody. You're allowed, and obviously, you're invited for tomorrow to watch the Group B. We have 4 days dedicated for the groups to seed, and then we head on into, as we say in Portuguese, mata-mata, which is like try to survive. You do your best in playoffs. With that in mind, with about mata-mata, yeah, it's a way we say in Portuguese, right? It's a lovely way to say it. It's not lovely, but it's a way to say it. Also, if you're not feeling comfortable in your chair, do participate in the giveaway we're doing with Arozzi. They have lovely chairs like Solari is sitting in, not me and Fox.
No, we're the plebs of this one right here.
No, I'm not jealous.
No, and we'll see.
You should be though.
I am.
Yeah, he's not hiding it very well. My back's kind of hurting sitting in this non-Arozzi chair, as I believe.
Mine is not, which is
Yeah.
my back
And
usually
the
hurts for all the
tables.
chairs.
I'm sorry. I have to say this. The tables. I know both of you were telling me to shut up during ad break, but the tables look so good. Moving on to the Champion Select. There you go. Diego Wukong is out. Victor Skarner and Draven is also removed from the table. What do you first pick? Well, Varus is available. We've seen him getting all that priority.
Yeah, and that would be an AD to take away from Rusty Sniper as well.
First time open.
Ooh,
We're
Insta
starting
locking that in.
spicy.
What do you think of Kalista then as a pick here? Because I think this could be a bot lane orientated game, and with that first pick, it's kind of leaning more towards that, right? So, but throwing down that gauntlet into Rusty Sniper, What are you thinking, like answers, how that's going to impact the game? I'm curious your thoughts, sorry.
So a probable answer here would be Varus. Varus is going to suffer there into Kalista. That's why we often see Kalista being banned, and then the same team picks up Varus. I like the idea of Ezreal here because Ezreal is not necessarily an AD carry who wants to win the lane. He wants to survive through it and see what he can do later on, helping out the team somewhere else on the map. At the same time, he is elusive enough to not give Kalista too much advantage on the bot lane. Here, I would say it will depend a lot on what we're going to see at the support side, because first of all, we have Kazing to not forget about on the Bulldog side, and second of all, supports are going to pretty much decide how exactly this bot lane is going to go.
Ugh.
Bleh.
Wait, what?
Sunday, mate.
Sunday.
Just, yeah, I don't know.
Solari comes in, drops a PhD on why this works in Ezreal. You see Xander like, blah, I'm done.
Both of our responses were appropriate, all right, for the situation. I just say, all right. Nah, I mean, we've seen a lot of success from Gasante today. To be fair, he's so gross, man. He's so gross. I like this Rumble answer into it though. Technically a flex if you want to put it in the jungle, but I think we'll be seeing it.
No. Listen. This Xante is also a takeaway from Mientek because Mientek really loves playing on Xante, but his second favorite champion after Xante is actually Rumble. So I am suspecting that this Rumble is going top lane into his hands.
Yeah, I mean, I would be a bit surprised if it wasn't a top lane Rumble, but yeah, that's cool. And it's good into, melee champions tend to generally struggle a little bit versus Rumble. So yeah, this is a lot of go forward right now from Bulldog so far, right? You've got a lot, you use your ulti on Kalista to throw someone forward, Vi jumps forward, Rumble sets up the red carpet to go forward. Something that Lightside are going to have to be careful of, and might want to start thinking about some disengage for their team.
Final pick before we wrap up on to the ban phase. This will be the third and last pick from the red. Oh, the bear. The bear comes in.
Yeah. So, okay. Sorry to keep yapping, but fun fact.
Yeah.
Hybrid coached me last split in solo queue. Didn't work. But he is a volley bear merchant, this man. Honestly, he is in love with this champion. It's his best champion by far, and it's he's just gone for comfort right here. He's gone for comfort. So yeah, that Sun and Sky Rush, Lucidity Boots, Dead Man's, Spirit Visage, these kind of items, he'll be locking that in. And again, it's beefy frontline for Ezreal to stand back and just fling out all these skill shots because you're not that tanky so far on the side of Bulldog.
The upgraded Lucidity Boots on Volibear, can you imagine? With the additional movement speed after you attack an enemy.
Yeah, and he has the early game advantage to try and get those feats right to play for those objectives, so it could be a thing.
So relying a lot on Hybrid, but we also need that mid lane damage, that AP to pair up with Ezreal. We've seen some Ezreals during the day, and they haven't been able to dish out as much damage as they did before, because you can have those weird AD carries moving in. Cassandra not using the Renata and also not taking the Leona, but as soon as we see lack of Leona, we've been seeing a little bit more often the Alistar to try and compensate. And with Kalista, you can just throw in the middle of the fight, and that's a lot of CC paired up with a Vi.
You can choose to go into Alistar, you can choose to go into Rel. Both of these options would work great for Bulldog right now because this is the additional engage, this is the additional setup for Kalista. A lot of CC onto the enemies to make sure that nobody can even get to Kalista because she suffers from pretty short range. She needs to make sure that somebody is locking the enemies down. And Lightside are actually the ones taking Rel away now that Alistar has been banned by Bulldog. So the question is open, what is Cousin gonna be playing as?
Surely looking Nautilus.
Nautilus is perfect.
Yeah.
It's it's more engaged, which is what Bulldog want to do, and it's great versus slippery guys like Ezreal. And he wants to be thrown into the middle of everything. Rakan is still open
Thresh?
as well. That's,
I miss it.
Yeah, I mean, that is fun. Thresh is fun for sure. Like, I like that a lot, but I don't think we'll be seeing that, unfortunately. That's going to be the Nautilus
mother.
That was so honest. I would expect this from Ratona, something like that, because Mouse plays a heavy champion.
You've got Rumble, you can't put that mid. So
yeah, I was so confused.
At least.
Nemesis is able to pull it off, so that's why I was confused about Abessa. Okay, now we can talk. Yeah, there's a bunny.
Yeah.
A lot of magic damage as well.
Yeah, that's it. Last pick here for Lightside. It's their mid laner. What are they going to opt into?
Galio is available.
Orianna is not banned. Oriano, Syndra, or we're going back to Rise. We already saw it from Harpo today, so it's going to be the second game.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of damage in the late game here for Lightside.
Yeah.
They're going to take some time to get into that point. You know,
Yeah.
Rise
There you
needs
go.
time. Ezreal needs time. He needs his items. He needs to stack up that tier. And a lot of... oh wow, my brain has completely left me. Like, engage. What's that phrase I used? Dogpiling? Is that it? I can't remember. Yeah, it's a... Don't worry, I don't know why I'm... Jake will remember what the phrase is. He's English.
Long
It's an English
day.
thing.
Long day.
Yeah,
I get it. It's a
honestly.
long day.
Yeah, and just a lot of go forward. A lot of engage, a lot of just boo 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 from Bulldog here. So I think that could be tough actually for Lightside to deal with and hard for them to navigate.
Lightside are going this reminds me of the second game Los Ratones had today, because the idea is going to be the same. You suffer for the beginning of the game, for like the first 2/3 of it. You suffer and you're behind simply because of how your champions are built and what the enemy has. With Aurora, with Kalista, with Rumble, there is no way you're winning against them in early unless you pull out some miracle. But if you somehow get to this late game without being too far behind, suddenly you have a great angle with finally everybody's hitting those 2.5 items. This is when you want to fight and turn the game around, because that's when you're so much stronger.
So one of these teams will be able to at least put a 1 on their record on day 1, but the other one will start with the left foot, and all of them are looking clean, but it's going to be at the bottom of the list, and who's going to be paired up in the middle of the pack. I just need a name. I don't want any sort of explanation. Just a name. You can't say anything more than a team name. I'm just giving you time to think. Solari. Who's that? That's not a name.
Lightside.
That's Cassante, dude. That's what that name was.
Lightside. Foxtrot. Bulldog.
Bulldog. Yeah.
Love it. What about you, Castus? This is the last game of the day. Hit right and travel. One word.
I feel sorry for Archer's
hi?
neighbors. Oh,
He said one word.
well, I said a sentence. I feel sorry for his poor neighbors. That guy is unbelievably loud. Could you imagine what it's like when he opens the cupboard? He's like, "We got milk!" Just excited about everything. He's a little puppy dog. Trouble, you wanted to talk about, I believe it was Bulldog. I've already forgotten. You liked their comp?
Yes and
Okay.
no. And I'm
Okay,
excited and concerned at the same time. So Bulldog have done something very exciting, was BLG brought out into the scene. They were the first ones to do it from the LPL over in 2024. They're playing a comp with 4 squishy carries, and only the support is on dog duty, which means you're gonna play the boring tank that engages, which is the Nautilus right now for Kasing. Now, why am I saying this is a very BLG-esque draft is because they brought it out and they also excelled at playing it. But that's because individually BLG has such incredibly talented and 1v1 strong players that they were able to pull this off, and individually they knew a lot of the limitations, if you will, on the ins and outs when they're playing solo their carries. Now that's what's very intriguing about Bulldog, because if they can pull this off, they're going to be one of the teams that are going to be feared in terms of individuality and how they can use those solo skilled champions to pretty much develop through the league. And of course, win a game versus LLS that showed to be very strong in the previous game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of just coming into this game. Again, a bit like what we saw earlier, like a very important game for whoever can pick this win up. They're both currently 0-1 on the day. Getting a win kind of ties you up with Verdant, with Nord. Going last here means you're going 0-2, which is not what you want to be doing at all. It means you've got a very hard road ahead of you as we press further into the tournament. What I'm excited about is I feel like Lightside actually delivered versus Los Ratones. I think they actually look pretty decent.
They were bloodthirsty.
Yeah, they
Say
were
it how it is.
bloodthirsty. I think Bulldog also looked pretty good versus Verdant's early game, and Bulldog's ability to bring that back was really impressive. So I think we got two. These are our 2 underdog teams of this group going toe to toe right now. We're gonna find out who is the bigger underdog and who's actually got that kind of like that fight in them going into this last game of the day. I'm very excited by this. Harbo, he was pretty capable on the rise, but, and this is the big capital but on this, he was always chunked. every fight. He'd rock up half HP. He was losing fights quite a lot. So I'm going to be interested to see how he pilots this, because he's a mixture of like a shining light and also
Yes.
maybe a little bit of an issue.
Okay, they didn't really contradict each other. So it was like a shining light and a dark shadow, maybe? I don't know. That would have made more sense. But hey, nice try, buddy. Now, of course, this is probably the most important game for both of these teams. One, because you've mentioned they're 0-1, but two, let's be real here. I feel like they're probably the two teams that seem to be the weakest within the group, which is not a very easy group to be in whatsoever. But NLC has stepped up so much this season that we need to be real, and the teams have to adapt to this. You need to beat each other. Like, these teams need this win more than anything. Only 4 out of 5 teams come out into playoffs from the groups, and you definitely, this is a must win for both of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, most of this split is just playoffs, so it's a quick run into playoffs and then a fairly lengthy playoffs, which I think is going to be super exciting. Like we said, we're going to get on
as well.
Fearless. Things are going to get real exciting real quick, but you need a solid start going into that, because you do not want to be scraping into the playoff stage of this tournament. You want to be, coming in as strong as possible. So, yeah, I'm very excited by this one. As you can see, we're back on our mugs. Wouldn't be too long. I believe we were just having a little bit of a frame rate issue on our side. So that typically doesn't mean we have to wait for someone's power to come back on like we did in the last game. So, talking about the teams a little bit more before I go too off topic. Rusty, again, I kind of want to just hit on Rusty Sniper, because I genuinely believe this guy is crazy good at ADC. We saw that glimmer. I mean, he went toe-to-toe with Crowny and actually performed really, really well. Like,
okay, he went toe-to-toe with Crowny, but once the bows started walking towards him, he was like, nah.
I mean, it's the JoJo's meme, isn't it? When he's like walking across the crosswalk towards him. That was it was that, except instead of them walking towards each other, Rusty was walking away. He didn't want anything to do with it. Had his back turned.
I don't think Baus pressed a single spell.
No, he just walked in menacingly. It was just menace. It was, but like, you couldn't. That Poppy was doing too much damage. But when Rusty was unable to actually play a fight, excluding that final fight of the that game, he had so much. He actually had like a level of impact. He actually performed really, really well. And this game, we're coming up versus Bulldog, who are, they're not Los Ratones. They are, they're looking like a relatively competitive team, but not, top of the group competitive. So I'm interested to see what Rusty's got, because like I said, I feel...
I lost you right there for a second.
Oh, I muted. That's my bad.
He feels a lot. He feels strongly about a lot that he feels about, and he feels real feelings. Yes.
Trouble, we've casted together for an incredibly long time at this point. How many times do I forget to unmute? It's
many.
It is a go-to action of mine. As Haro already ignited. Oh my word! Came into Kios's first blood. Yeah, that's not the start you want in your eyes. Getting killed by Kasing at level 1.
That was incredible from the Kasing. What
a
level 1. Due to the lane swap right here, that was an incredible level 1 roam around mid lane from Kasing. 12 years of experience. Oh no.
Oh man, a good flash actually, but I don't think he's going to do much. Rusty Sniper taking a shot. Doesn't even really get much of the wave. I mean, level 1 Rumble, not going to be the best at dealing with those crashing waves. Is XFang slowly but surely shoving the wave in, but the main thing is Winter. I mean, he doesn't really lose much for this. Highbrash now getting potentially jumped on by Kasing, but Kasing, I don't really think you're going to be able to achieve much here. Highbrash keeps the pressure up.
Ouch.
As Kasing goes down, Bulldog, they are not handling this lane swap well, and this teleport into a potential death here from Rumble actually just could be game-changing. Rusty not going to get executed. The tower is charged up. Nobody goes down. Teleport flash burn on your top laner. He dies twice. 3 CS.
That was an excellent juggle of the tower aggro as well. Rusty Sniper took that last shot. I'm pretty sure it left him with very low double digits of HP. That was very, very well calculated. Didn't even need to use his barrier right there. Then they juggled the aggro between support and jungle from the side of LLS. Great stuff. 3 kills already, about 1,000 gold in the lead. A little bit of a hiccup with Haro right there, falling to Kasing in the early game. But other than this, they have punished Miatek twice so far on that top side of the map. And that's exactly what you need. Because right here, LLS are running Kasante, one of the most untypable champions of the entire game, together with the likes of Zac and Cyan. So Miatek right there playing the Rumble, wanted to go into a powerful matchup into the Kasante. He doesn't get to do that because LLS lane swapped early. Now, here's where this whole feats of strength sort of ties into this, due to the fact that we do not have as fortified towers in the top lane as we used to. Lane swaps have been seen in the LCK and the LPL and now the NLC, because it creates a lot more pressure in the early game and potentially gives you a first blood, which should have been the case for LLS had Haro not walked too far forward right there. But nevertheless, they do punish with 3 kills.
Haro just grabbing himself a little bit of farm. He 2-0 on the volley there. Looking a little bit scary here for the side of Bulldog. Lightside having an incredibly strong volley there, and Miatek.
Oh god.
This actually might just be the moment where we see his heart break. We might be able to pause it.
Okay.
They're coming in. They're bringing a teleport in. Can they actually save the day? Miatek goes down. Teleports are too slow. Caman comes in, but he came in too slow.
Again, it shows you the perspective of, yeah, okay, teleport is pretty much quote-unquote unleashed the entire time through the very beginning, but it's so slow. So Caman sort of channel that from the base. Now the Ignite's gonna tick down. Caman doesn't want to be anywhere near that tower. He knows Hybrid is right behind him. I'm gonna go for the dive again.
Oh,
this tower is cursed! It's cursed! Leave the tower!
He's flashing! There's a bear coming! They get the slow. Caman goes down.
They're gonna turn around.
Sniper snipes him.
No.
I swear, if Miatek dies again, he is doomed. Like, he was already pretty doomed. That is...
Oh no, they're waiting, they're waiting. Oh,
they're killing him again.
Oh,
he has to hold the wave, but Hybris can just run through the tower, goes for the flash. Rusty slides in. No! He lives! He lives! He dies! And Miatek is not getting the kill.
Oh,
it was an execute. It was an execute. Meanwhile, in the bottom side of the fight, Winter going up versus Lulis and Xifang. He's able to hold it. He has the chain vest.
Hold it? He killed Kasing on the turnaround. That was a 3 versus 1. It exactly proves the point we literally just made. You've got Rumble getting dived, can't do anything about it, and then you're diving a level 6 Kasante. Bulldog gaming right here. They're playing a very volatile composition, which we explained very early why that is, with 4 squishes and only 1 tank, slashing gates on the support, and LLS are running circles around them. They're winning on the lane swap, they're winning on the dives, they defend when they get dived, and right now you have a 1k gold lead onto Kasante, and on a very volatile late game champion, which is Volibear, because this champion only thrives in the early to mid game stages. 3-0-2? 6 minutes in? That is absurd.
And he's already got the grubs for his team. Dragon was picked up by Bulldog, so they have somewhat equalized that situation out. But yeah, it is a rough one. Miatek, he's kind of fumbled the rumble here. Like it's not gone to plan at all. The TP into instant death, the walk back into instant death. Every time he's touched a wave, he's died before he's even cleared a full wave. He is having an incredibly poor start to this game. Now, he is a Rumble, so once he hits that 6, the impact of his ultimate can be felt. But for now, it's going to take him a little while to get to that 6. He is down a level on Winter. And I actually think Winter's about to take over to 7. Miatek's barely close to 5. So there is an entire level deficit, or 2-level deficit between the top laners here.
Now, what's unfortunate right here for Bulldog Gaming is they have swapped Caman into him, which is the Aurora. However, this Kasante is slowly but surely going to be capped on magic resistance right here. He's going to be building against the 2 solo laners that exist in this game, which are both AP-based. So Winter, very fed right here together with hybrids. They need to start asserting some dominance in this game, get into the river, grab some lanes, push them out. At this point, Winter is more than happy to go back to his top lane, actually lane into Miatek onto this rumble. Even though, of course, first off, we do see a lot of magic resistance in his inventory. I would like to see, armor. I'd like to see a little bit of magic resistance in that inventory going up against the side lanes of Rumble and Aurora. But I want to be hopeful that slowly but surely that magic resist will settle in onto the Cassante, and then he'll have absolutely no problem side laning and bullying both the Aurora and the Rumble.
Rusty's level 7 and Kasinga's level 4. I mean, to be fair, Leo Licargo is also level 3, so support
3, oh my god.
Supports are starving right now. Caman may find himself in danger. Leo Licargo comes in. They do find the interrupt though. He's going to jump out of the ultimate. The slow is huge, but Caman loses a massive chunk of HP here from Haro. Lightside able to fire back, but Hyperish in the area. Lulus now going to get himself chunked out. Goes over the wall with the Q.
Oh, they could dive here. They have the Volibear ultimate. They're gonna choose to back off instead. They do see that mid lane. Sorry, the bot lane is roaming from that mid lane. Kasing and Exafang, so I don't want to chance it by diving that tower. There is the Vi ultimate as well. That could turn really south for them. LLS, again, I love that. They have the pedal to the metal, but they also know when to pull the brakes right there. They put the pressure down the bot lane, and they called off the dive. And it's honestly really nice to see, because I feel like you were on their side earlier on, Hipra, and you were like, you know what? All these people, they're just really great players. They just happen to be in the wrong teams. And now a team, which is LLS, has picked those pieces, which were the best ones from their team, and put them together. Now, can they work? Can this machine work with all those different gears that have been put in? And so far, I feel like LLS are showing a very intelligent side of theirs into this game. The lane swap early, how they handled it, the dives, the repeat dives. Now, how are they going to use that Sundered Sky Volibear that has been so accelerated into this game to start getting and committing into those neutral objectives?
Well, 6 grubs would be a pretty solid start for them here. Harbo going to join up the rest of the team, but it looks like Bulldog are looking for the fight. 1 grub's already secured. Teleports are coming in. Hook goes down into the back line. Lulus jumps in. A quick shift out from Rusty Sniper to buy some space. Miatek has that ultimate. Lays down the red carpet. That is a brilliant position, but the damage is just too low. Everybody's dead. Winter chasing onto Kasing. They're able to get 1 grub, 2 grubs. Can they keep that pressure up? Miatek is going to do his best, but no. All 6 grubs in favor of Lightside. Bulldog feels like they're not fully done here, but the Stormbringer should be enough to send them back packing.
Wow, LLS, what a great fight. They're actually leveraging the fact that they're so far ahead in items. Again, the Sundered Sky, the Archangels onto Harbo. We mentioned how Harbo was so good in game number 1 onto the Rise. He was dishing out a lot of damage. However, he was kind of choked out by all the engage on the side of Lost Artonis. He wasn't able to showcase the Rise. But right here, you see the difference in levels, the difference in items and damage. Look at the second this Volibear walks forward, all that damage that comes through. Absolutely unkillable. You see Exafang walks in, puts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 auto attacks, and then he's like, oh, shoot. And that's the Kalista out the bait. Grabs one on the way out. Grabs Leo Licargo, who jumped over to that side, but the damage was already done.
Incredibly rough for them. Miatek sent back in there as we are going to turn our attention towards Lightside. This is, I believe... Oh no, Bulldog got first blood. Okay, so they still need to get first tower. Kasing, Hex flashes forwards. Can he find the hook angle? Isn't going to get it. Oh no, he does onto Leo Licargo. Exafang pulls him back. And he throw out his Pokemon. Ooh. Nope, they secure themselves the dragon, and now they're going to throw down the slow from the Aurora. Blast Cone gets them out. Kasing, no level 6 available to him. He's only level 5. Nice little dragon steal there for the side of Bulldog, and they are, funnily enough, close towards getting that feat of strength before anyone else is. And if they can secure themselves first turret blood or something, they will have an answer back. The problem is Winter is just rattling away at that top tower, so... I think you should be able to pick that one up.
2,000 gold in the lead onto this Cassante. And again, here, LLS, I feel like they lost focus a little bit. You cannot run from one objective to another. You lose so much precious time. And also, Bulldog Gaming had the chance to actually reset and come back with wards, with new items, new components. Yes, they still are a whole item up on Bulldog Gaming's most members. But they're still, in terms of damage and items, they're still in deficit. And it's kind of illegal to go from neutral objective to neutral objective. And right there, LLS almost gave some very precious shutdowns over to Bulldog Gaming. Back to the winter thing, 2.3k gold lead and first tower secured. LLS are one neutral objective away from securing Piece of Strength.
The big thing is that
they both
fight
are.
at Dragon, was very scary. They're very close. The next Dragon decides it. That's how close it is. That last Dragon was actually Bulldog favored because 2,000 of the 3,000 gold lead was top lane taking the tower. They didn't have Cassante there, which is a massive power deficit. You're down a whole player who's holding a lot of your gold. So it did send them packing. Midheck has been able to catch up somewhat on farm and somewhat on experience, but I mean, it's still the gold, the plates, the kill deficit, which is costing them pretty heavily here. Is Hybresh able to steal away this camp?
That's the problem. He might be close to getting there. However, Cassante has finished Iceborne Gauntlet. And now he's going to start stacking all that MR. So by the time Rambo has an item, the MR would have already come through from Winter, and Caman is in a lot of trouble getting surrounded by LLS members.
Well, he's got Lulus about. He can clear the wave nice and quickly there. Is able to chip away at that wave. But with the grubs, they're coming in. They're actually being a real nuisance to this tower. Should just go down. Caman's going to continue to apply some pressure, but Bulldog, they were not able to clear the wave fast enough. And those 6 Void grubs, getting the little grublets, has cost them.
Honestly?
Bulldog not looking to back off, though. They're still looking for a potential angle. They go in the hook. Winter going to take a whole heat there. Throws out the all-out. Shutdown in Exofan's pocket. True Shot Barrage is huge. There's the shutdown in response, though. Picked up by Hybresh. Kasing breaks away. A double kill onto the Volley Bear. A massive injection of cash goes over to Exofang, but it's going to come at a steep cost.
Yeah, the ult right there from Cassante, which makes him a little bit squishier. Didn't really help when you've got 4 members of Bulldog Gaming on you. That's super fast, gives the shutdown away as well. I'm pretty sure it was on Exofang, so very much needed gold injection over to the AD carry of Bulldog Gaming. And that's what's just one more time, because I felt like, I'm like, oh, if Winter gets going, it's going to be fine. It's going to pop a bunch of his abilities. Cassante is going to get away. Popping the ultimate right here makes you quite squishy. We're going to watch this one more time. Gets hooked. Going to pop the ultimate. Yeah, right there at the end. Will be too late. However, everyone else on the defense right there managed to salvage the play. Again, a pretty heavy shutdown though in the pockets of Callista.
A little micro point from that. I actually think Kasing ulted the wrong person there. He ulted Rusty, who E'd away and then started channeling his ultimate. The knockup didn't hit him until the ultimate fired, so he basically wasted no time. Like, the CC almost didn't apply just because of the fact that it was on, like, the way Rusty kind of, what's the word? Not tethered.
Chain shifted? Okay.
No, I can't remember the word, but I'll keep that in mind for the moment, because Hybresh actually looking for Kasing off the back of this, although Exofang, I mean, if he gets another shutdown, that is huge for him. Hybresh is going low. Another shutdown to Exofang. This time he's got the health bar to keep chasing. True Shot Barrage doesn't clip onto Kasing. Caman keeping the pressure up onto Leo Lacargo. Can he find that damage? There's going to be the double kill onto Exofang. Rusty, he's also a shutdown. He's also an angle, but Rusty flashes forward and secures the kill. Caman is incredibly low. Barrier comes out. Lulus, can he chase? I don't think he can, as Caman goes for an escape, able to break away. That is a incredibly low Ezreal. 26 HP he limps out of that fight on.
Rusty played that so freaking well, but what in the world is going on with LLS? They're again overextending. Again, we said we want to see Hybrids leverage the fact that he's so far ahead onto this Volley Bear, but he's also extremely squishy. He's just managed to pick up himself a little bit of magic resist and armor right there, but Sundered Sky is not enough to make it that strong, especially when there's no ultimate on the big bear. So let's watch this one more time. He has Leo Lacargo around. He has Sniper as well. So they see Kasing, they engage Kasing, but he's too far forward. And I feel like a little bit of miscommunication, because Leo Lacargo has already used his abilities, and then Hybrid goes too far in. The rest of his car is gonna follow, ends up getting absolutely popped. But what a fantastic display of Ezreal hands right here from Sniper, hitting every single skill shot, I'm pretty sure. Flashes forward to assassinate Exofang too, hitting that Q. And then almost kills Kasing on the left side. Incredible
very
stuff
close
from the AD carry of LLS.
Really, really nice stuff. LLS played that exceptionally well. But Bulldog, they're a team who just don't quit. They got fight in them. As Miatek, I think you're about to get dove, my friend. Although I believe the appearance of a Vi probably puts them off. In comes the ultimate, the equalizer cooks away at Lightside's health bars. 2 people get half health off the back of that one. That is enough to dissuade the dive, but Miatek had to use his ultimate to clear 3 minions and hold his life. Steep cost paid.
That's pretty fine, though. You don't have any major objective until 1.5 minutes when Atakan spawns, and it's going to be towards the top side of the map, so both teams are going to have to fight tooth and nail to get towards that top side vision. Again, pushing the waves is #1 priority. Establishing some vision is going to be much easier for LLS because they do still have their top lane tower remaining, so they do retain their vision past a certain point. However, for Bulldog Gaming, it's going to have to be an overextension. They need to group up, pushing that mid lane wave, probably dip into Reaver and trying to gain some control of that side through there.
They have Herald, but mid tower is too healthy. They don't have any grubs as well, so Herald's not really going to be able to secure this tower. Yeah. Maybe the bot lane tower if they really wanted to just secure some local gold for themselves or some global gold for themselves, but outside of that, not going to be the angle. XFeng is definitely the one to get your eyes on, though. He's had 2 shutdowns in his pocket, got the Guinzeus, got the Bork. Incredibly strong on this Kalista right now. And if played full right, could potentially carry a fight. For now, though, it is just a kind of catch your breath moment as they are just going to look to break away. Harbo in the bot way. No, Harbo actually, where is he? Oh, he's with his team.
Haro?
Okay.
He's with them, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't see him under the bear. But Winter coming in on a flank angle. All 5 members collapsing in on Bulldog. They're going to immediately catch him out with the ultimate. He pops the W, gets the knockback, but I think he's just cooked before he goes. Ooh! Huge Magnet Storm onto 3. True Shot Barrage hits. They get the Between Worlds off. Equalizer absolutely liquefying the health bars. Bulldog, I told you they had fight. They are not done. That's another 2 down. Harbo, the only one standing. Bulldog, they got some serious bite.
Punishing over and over the overextension from LLS. Hybrids the first time. This time around it's Winter. Fantastic stuff coming in. Again, this is such an important game for both teams. We could be looking at the 2 bottom teams of the group. This is of pivotal importance to get that win. It's going to be the GA Rust as well, if I'm not wrong. Is this the black one or the red one?
This is the red one.
This is the red one, so he's going to be the GA. Oh, the team is coming through.
These are 2 bottom teams of the group potentially, but if these guys are the bottom, it is looking good for NLC. Action isn't done. That's going to be the secure onto Atakan. They've got the revives, so they're just going to withdraw off the back of this one. Winter incredibly low. XFeng looking to secure a couple of kills. Leo Lucago goes down as XFeng is just diving and dodging on the edge. They withdraw out of there. But what a fight for Bulldog. What a turnaround in this game. The gold lead is only 1,000 now.
Wow, still on the side of LLS right there. They're pulling their TPs. They want to fight. But I feel like LLS, I don't know, slowly but surely running out of steam. You see that the range that the Bulldog Gaming are playing with, they're using the Rumble ultimate, they're using the Aurora ultimate to keep the range. Exofeng has been free hit in most of these fights as well. They just have no way of reaching that Kalista and pinning her down. And again, I kind of want to see this rise come into fruition. I haven't necessarily seen the usefulness that has been picked back to back for the side of LLS. I've seen every other pick work for them, but I have yet to see that rise. Haro needs to find a way to either sneak into the backline with an ultimate or sneak one of his teammates there to try and shut down Exofeng.
Yeah, absolutely. He is not really had the impact he's been looking for in either game. And again, it kind of comes back to what I was saying earlier, where in that last game when we saw them versus Los Ratones, he was just always chunked. Every fight, he was just chunked before the fight started.
Like he has no HP.
He literally has no HP, and I don't know if it's the build, because I'm more used to the Archangel's rower build. May have to hold this fort, though. Teleport's coming in. They're looking for a fight already. Kasing still has his revive. He's ready to go. Beautiful equalizer. Leo Lucago with a Magnet Storm is going to buy some time, but he goes down as well. Health bar's low. That's going to be a double kill. Picked up for Miatek. The revenge is his.
I have to say, Bulldog Gaming here have completely outscaled LLS. There's not a single way that LLS can play this fight. Volibear got majority of the early game gold and the early game items. Guess what? Volibear has actually fallen off by this time. Bulldog Gaming I mean, Kasing just
He's
tapped
good
everything.
at steering. He is good at steering.
With the-
Nah,
Whoa!
Kasing.
Dominic Toretto? Is that you?
Like, literally. Family, bro.
All right, Bulldog Gaming with their third dragon right now. Sole point for them, and this would be gut-wrenching for LLS if they lose this game. It's a fantastic early game, absolute dominance. Then into your team being completely outscaled. And again, you can also say the word outscaled in terms of damage when you're looking at a Rise, when you're looking at a Kasante, when you're looking at late game Ezreal. Kasing now all alone in his jungle can get away this time.
Oh,
Don't tell-
Dominic can get away. Look at him go.
Oh, God.
I
Okay,
think he's
Dom.
turning around. He's brought the family with him. Harbo gets caught up on the hook. What an interrupt! Oh, Kasing is back, baby. Beautiful.
Bulash looking for more. There is a Wild Rel.
And a bear.
And looking.
Kasing. Fans the
Tower's
hook.
still up.
Bit of damage coming in from Caman. There's going to be a nice little Magnet Storm onto the free. Leo Lacargo. I don't really think they have the damage without Exofeng here, so they're going to be able to walk away from this one. But the tower should go down regardless.
Oh, the funny fact was that Lulash was trying to go around, but then he's like, oh wait, there's still a
Yeah,
tower
we haven't done
standing
this
right
one
there.
yet. Is this going to be a second game where we see the team who have the boots buff lose? Did I
Might be
just
the
cast the
case.
curse?
Maybe. That might be the
Maybe.
case.
Well, down goes the tower. Came in. He's going to be able to grab that one. There it is. Really, really nice play from Bulldog. These guys ain't quitters. I respect it. They are the underdogs, but like every time when they're down, they are not out. They will put on a very convincing display. Really, really impressed by Bulldog. And I think it comes from like a mixture of kind of some very solid players, some kind of younger, solid players who are backed up by, you know, Kasing and his 12 years of experience. We talked about this earlier, but this guy's been kicking it around for a long old time. Longer than some people have even been playing the game.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of experience under his belt, and, you know, he's able to utilize it really well. Sorry, I couldn't finish that sentence. My brain just decided to turn off.
It was your microphone again. This time
No,
was your
no,
brain.
it was-
I don't know what to account for. Is it the microphone muting? The brain shutting down? What is it?
That was a brain. That was just my brain going, well, I don't know
Alright,
where we're going with this one,
We've
Jake.
been going for many, many hours, so you're allowed. You've had a lot of shouting and a lot of screaming during this past 5 or 6 hours, however long we've been here. However, Bulldog Gaming have not sealed the deal yet. Exofeng playing a bit aggressive. Kasing, missing the anchor right there. And again, I feel like LLS have definitely been outscaled, especially with majority of the gold sitting onto the Volibear. So now they're choosing to attack the side lanes instead.
Rusty flashes away, is going to make a break for it, but has able to successfully escape. They're teleporting in. They're going to bring Winter over. Hook lands onto Leo. Leo is so squishy. Exofeng will execute him nicely. They continue to chase. Go, Kasing, I choose you. Pokeballed forwards and a double kill for Exofeng.
And everyone is pinging the Baron as well. It's pretty free. Hybrids does not have his ultimate to get into the pit, and I doubt with 4 members. What?
That was a wild ride. Wait, Miatek is actually so squishy. Wait,
That's a ramped up
Harbo?
tower. Oh!
Harbo? I mean,
Okay.
they may lose an inhibitor tower for this. Hybridge is in the area. He could do something
That's a
real
flash.
special. He could do something real special right now. It's going to be hard to
Please someone
steal
stop him.
versus a Callista.
Please someone stop him.
He's coming in, though. They're going to make it close.
Oh!
That's going to be the secure. The flash comes down. It was incredibly close. 20 HP on the Baron. He loses his life. The smite was actually a little late. A little late.
Wow. That was so close, though. 21 HP on the Baron. This could have been the steal right there. Again, LLS in team fights, they don't seem that favored right now. They don't necessarily have a way that they want a team fight. This Kasante seems a little bit too squishy. It doesn't have enough MR right now, and even if it does, the Callista is the problem, but it has mixed damage with the Terminus, with the Ginsus. You've got that AD piled up as well. Again, this is where we go back to the BLG-esque draft, where it's like 4 individual carries versus a team. What can you do? And it feels like LLS's team is just not tanky enough to withstand all this damage, and I feel like everyone from Bulldog Gaming have stepped up and they're playing really well, and everything is off of the back of Kasing, because this composition does not work unless your main engage and your main tank don't get good hooks, and he has been finding very key targets so far.
Kasing has been on it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm gonna say it regardless.
Oh, here it comes.
Certain someone calls him Grandpa Hands, right? Kasing. Yeah. I was told this in confidence before the show started, but a certain someone Trouble knows calls Kasing Grandpa Hands. He's got some young and spry hands, my friend. Like,
I just want to say that this person no longer plays League of Legends, to clarify.
Do they not?
No.
Oh, good on them. They're free. They are free. Yeah, I mean, like, the guy is popped off. Like, so consistent with the
if that's
hooks.
Grandpa Hands, I want to have Grandpa Hands too.
I don't know how to respond to this, Trouble. What do you want me to say? You don't want Grandpa Hands.
It's too late.
Liver spotted, wrinkly, shriveled old hands. You don't want that.
Okay, stop. Oh my god.
I'm just putting it for in real terms for you, Trouble.
When does your brain shut down again?
Not even when I sleep, honestly. It doesn't. It like, you only have to put up with it once a week for NLC. I have to put up with it 24/7. And it's not Dark Thoughts, by the way. It's just a clapping monkey. Just to put a positive tone on that. I just have a clapping monkey in my head.
Kind of like the powder one?
Yeah, very like the powder one. This guy, honestly, I can't tell if he's mental boom.
He's cosplaying.
I can't tell if he's mental boom or if he's just got the strongest mental in the world for putting up with this.
I feel like he's just the bouncing around.
Bulldog get sold. That was actually a real mistake. Came in, goes in for the assassination. 1 versus 4. Ain't sure about that one, Chief. Flashes away. They go for the chase, and Caman's out. Meanwhile,
great escape, Winter.
Winter is getting cooked. True Shot Barrage doesn't finish him up. Winter jumps into Caman's waiting hands. Pesky Wabbit. Said it before, but I'm going to keep going with that pun.
Yeah, Pesky Wabbit, but ended up with only 2 digits of HP. Because I feel like Winter was actually searching for Caman right there, and I feel like LLS have lost hope a little bit from what I'm seeing, and the way they're trying to take fights, they're trying to pick off the side lanes. And honestly, this is your last chance. This is your last case scenario right here. Trying to pick off people from Bulldog Gaming for trying to shove out the side lanes. It's probably the last choice you have, because you have been losing all the team fights straight up. It feels like anyone overextending from LLS ends up completely getting blown up. The carries are all fed. You've got a huge mix of AD and AP damage coming through the carries, so hard to itemize against. Like, you don't even have that many tanky members on your team. Even the Cassandra, who's the tankiest member, ends up going down too fast. So Bulldog Gaming, all they have to do is just take it by the book. Just do it textbook. Push out your waves, push out your lanes, push through one lane, which you're doing right now. Top is pushed, mid is pushed, bot is pushed, and everyone's looking for it.
Hybraj getting himself absolutely cut. The Magnet Storm does hit onto XFang, but only on the edge. He's going to continue to chase up. There's the Between Worlds. XFang gets a double. That's going to be an easy tidy up. Three members down on the side of Lightside. They might need to turn to the Lightside to win this one. As Bulldog going to crack open the base. Tower number 1 goes down. Inhibitor is going to be incredibly quick to follow. And like you said, they're just fed. They're just too outscaled right now. Winter showing up a little bit too little, a little bit too late. He's going to do his best. Throws the all-out down, but Winter is cooked. Spring has arrived. And Bulldog are out in absolute force here. Another hook from Kasing, just to let them know what he's capable of. Tower number 1 goes down. Tower number 2 is next to follow. Remember, they respawn, so they need to look to end this fairly soon. Gonna be Leo falling down nice and quick. They have no waves, is the big issue for them right now. So it's gonna have to be a bit of a waiting game until these waves crash up.
Bot lane, they actually left the wave to march past them.
Came in?
So they have to actually go back.
Oh.
Haro is gonna walk out. The ultimate was broken right there, and it's not going to be quite the winning push yet as we have another small pause. It feels like a pretty done deal. It's 8,000 gold in the lead for Bulldog Gaming. They have the Soul, they have the Baron, and we're looking at another Baron in about 2 minutes and 3 minutes for the Elder, but I think they're pretty much going to close it out before that. They've got the range, they've got the engage on them, they have the items over them. I think it's just a matter of time until Bulldog Gaming just finish it out.
Yeah, I think Bulldog have... they have too much control right now. It's an incredibly hard situation for Lightside to be in, especially with how strong it started. Hybrid's getting all of those early kills, shutting down the Rumble, who could have been such a threat, and they weren't able to handle it. They weren't able to deal with it.
Right, I'm gonna guess that Keeper's microphone got muted again, but we're back in the action.
How is he
Hybrid,
doing this?
Is very low. He keeps muting his microphone apparently, and now Rusty's under trouble. But since he stays on the pad, he's gonna heal up real quickly. And Bulldog Gaming had one problem, and that was that they didn't have a wave. Now they have two of them, and they're gonna choose to go towards that mid lane. Kasing just tanks one for the way home, and that's about it.
I don't know what's going on with Trouble. Like, I saw the infographic and I went, I need to mute now just in case something happens. I don't know. Like, brain is not working.
Is it my job to speak? I need to mute.
Yeah, exactly. You're not paying me to speak, you're paying me to mute. I could probably monetize that, to be honest. I'm sure there's plenty of people who want me to shut up. A very, very solid game from Bulldog, to be honest. I was trying to find the words, but they've really performed here. amazing performance from them. Interesting to see as well, Caman going for more cooldown reduction focus build versus like the Shadow Flame, which we saw in game number 1 out. I believe it was Luden's Shadow Flame was what we saw. Not game number 1, our 4th game, where we had one last game. So he came in less burst focused and more consistently just throwing out spells as much as possible and relying on the passive burst. As Lulus cues over the wall, Leo Lacargo is just going to get caught by the Vault Breaker there, and Caman has joined in to secure that kill.
Okay, look at the desperation that's happening on the map right now. They've got 3 members, well, -1, 2 members on the top for LLSB. Bulldog Esports are looking for them. The carpet has been laid.
There's the hook. There's the follow-up. There's the dead bear. Volley bear down. Bulldog. Pretty scary right now. Their base is actually getting jumped onto, but Caman is doing a solid job of buying some space here. Is able to almost get the assassination off. The Zhonya's comes in last minute. Baron's up, though. As Winter, I don't think you're really going to be able to deal with him. He goes for the flash forward, but the invisibility is huge from Caman. Winter ends up losing a whole chunk of HP. Half his HP to Caman. And yeah, he can't contest.
And the tower.
Pesky Wabbit. Pesky Wabbit.
Okay, we gotta give some credit to the tower there as well. He did some work.
Caman played that well, though.
The HP disappearance, absolutely. Caman level 18 as well. 9, 2, and 15. 12, 2, and 12 for Exofang. And Exo and Kasing did not have the best of early laning phase. Down the bottom, it didn't go the best for them, but they did seem to recover so well from that early game strategy. Now 12,000 gold in the lead, and LLS are trapping once again.
They're looking to try and kill Exofang. Magnus Storm goes wide. Exofang has that flash, has that cleanse to use. And in the meanwhile, Harbo goes down. Caman is running amok. Rusty Sniper's caught between worlds. He's not going to go anywhere. Exofang finishes him up. The Death Rush has failed. The carpet is laid. Highbridge falls. Winter standing solo as he will crumble too. Bulldog fight back hard. Triple kill onto their ADC. And that is the game.
Bulldog Esports finally able to close out the game right here. Again, a very much needed win for both of these teams. Bulldog Esports managed to secure that one for themselves. Not bottom of the group is what you should aim to be in every group. And Bulldog Esports, what a performance. What a turnaround.
What an absolutely monstrous team. I am so excited by Bulldog off the back of this. 31 kills in a 35-minute game. I've heard some criticisms about this season, but I will say it makes a damn good viewing experience. There is so much action. There's so much fighting. It's brilliant to watch. Huge game from Bulldog.
And this is only best of 1.
Yeah,
We're gonna be moving into best of series with full fearless, like hardcore fearless. You cannot pick the champion ever again. But again, I want to give props to Bulldog Esports right here because they did a fantastic job at turning the game around. Usually you're very vulnerable when you're playing a 4 carry team and you fall behind, and your Kalista falls behind in the early game. It's very hard to recover. Right there, LLS were overextending constantly, and 3 picks is all it took for Bulldog Esports to turn the whole ship around.
I think the big thing as well is who got the shutdowns. XFN getting the shutdowns on all of the, like, just getting that massive injection of cash was what changed the game. Like, if Cassine got those kills, that could have been devastating for Bulldog. But, I mean, it's very hard not to get the kills on Kalista. She's basically got a built-in collector in her E. Unbelievably great performance from Bulldog. And Group A, that was our little teaser of Group A. This group looks real good. Like, I don't think there's a bad egg amongst them. Like, Lightside have some serious life in them. I feel like some of our bottom teams definitely have some glaring issues that need to be fixed. You know, when you look at Verdant, I think they are too early game focused and struggling to late game. I think Lightside, a similar thing there where, like, they just didn't really know what to do with their lead, and they were prone to getting caught out. Bulldog, that bloodthirstiness is very fun, but I also can see it being a big issue for them. I'm so excited by this group. I can't wait for tomorrow because we get Group B as well, and we'll get to see what some of those teams look like.
Hey,
NLC,
I heard their World's finalists playing tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, World Champ playing today, World Finalists playing tomorrow. NLC, this is the most stoked it's ever looked. Like, 2025 is going to be a banger year. We're going to throw ourselves to a quick break. When we're back, we'll have our analyst test to break the day down, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a moment.
it all started so well. The lane swap, the kills, the feats of strength, and somehow, this is why League of Legends is so good. This is the reason. Are we okay? Are we okay? I don't know.
No. After this game, no, we're not. I lost the point, the Fox
LLS.
drop.
I mean,
What-
we have
what's
a
the
saying
point?
in Portugal about that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, happens. So
Yeah.
that's actually it.
In matter, what can I say? At the end of the day, you know, Lightside got that early lead, but that didn't matter either, did it? Because Bulldog are just gonna come through swinging. It was disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. Like for Lightside, what a sick lane swap! What a great early game, well executed. It was all really good stuff. I was really impressed by it. They were making that Rumble cry in the top side. Like it was just the worst early game for Bulldog. I'm super impressed with how they executed it, and then it just started slipping away, some overforced fights, and you can see at that point around like the 22-23 minute mark it started slipping, and then when the Dragon Soul came through as well for Bulldog, you kind of realized the writing was on the wall at that point. Difficult one to lose if you're Lightside, very heartbreaking. Some good things to take away from it, but certainly they'll want to come away with the win at the end of the day.
Can you look
it's
to the
a
left
rough
side
one.
for a second? Sorry, because I'm looking at this insane
Damage.
damage on that Aurora and on that Kalista. But especially like because both of them had really bad laning phase, but the way they managed to come out of it as champions who normally want to be ahead in the early game is insane. Especially that Aurora, because it was not just that Lightside were overextending almost every single fight they were taking after some point. They were also choosing these fights to happen every time that Aurora had her ultimate up, and they were choosing deliberately to fight in Aurora's ultimate, and she was not letting them go out.
It's a rough one when you see such a big start for the top laner and also the jungler, the Volibear and the Cassante, and somehow they end with less than 10,000 damage, and a team that was able to come back with plus 40,000 damage. That's also a telltale of what happened within the game. I'm not saying that LLS played wrong or anything of that. I'm just saying that coming from such a low state of game at the beginning of the game, it's really hard to come back from one of those, especially on the best of one. That says a lot about turning the game around, not about LLS. I gotta give praises to where praises need to be.
Yeah, you gotta praise Bulldog for sure coming back in a game like that. That's a tough game, especially when you're up against the feat of strengths. But I'm gonna do what you're too scared to do, Archer. I am gonna say Lightside messed that up. I would have used a different word, but I remembered we're still live. They completely goofed that game. Completely. Like, bro, that was in the bag, man. That was in the bag. And you just pissed it away, dude. It was
I
not
asked
good.
this specifically, okay? I asked for this one specifically.
I really wonder if you know how it is in Tokyo.
The Drift King Kasing.
Look at this! What do you
How does it
mean?
stay alive for so long?
It even slows down!
This is brilliant. All these handbrake turns around the corner.
Look
I'm
at it
shocked that
move.
it survived long enough to bash that turret. I'm not gonna lie. Great play though by Kasing. I did like that.
It did an
Vampire hands.
inward curve as well. It was not from the outside. It was in close to the wall. That's man, Kasing. If I knew you could drive like that, you shouldn't be like League of Legends, man. Go for sim racing. Stop. What are you doing with life? No, that was beautiful. And well, we wrap up the day. We still have interviews. Where you going? Where you go? Where you think you go? We still have interviews. We still have something special for you as well. And we also need to tell you how the day has ended and what we have for tomorrow. We still have a long show ahead of us. We're just waiting for the interviews. Don't worry about it. Before we go into the interviews, I think we can wrap up this game and just move on to what happened during the day. And as soon as we can, we talk with the players. I want to know what you think about today's day and how Group A is so clutch.
I think we've had, to be honest, I would say aside from the Verdant game and maybe Bulldog in general looking a little bit weak, I'd say the expectations have kind of lived up to what we were thinking coming into today. Maybe an asterisk on Nord. I don't know about you, sorry if you agree or not, but I personally think Nord looked weaker than I thought they would. I thought they'd be a really strong team coming into today, and despite going 1-1, I wasn't really convinced with their game at all. But yeah, it's looking like Rodones might be, you know, pretty hypey up there in the top spot. But aside from that, we got some pretty scrappy stuff and some good stuff as well from the teams. Like it looked like even in the games where teams lost, they could have won, right? So on another day, that would be a victory, and that makes things exciting.
I would say that I gotta agree with you that Nord slightly under-delivered in my eyes, especially as a team that was put above Los Ratones by some. Definitely not a team that looks to be above Los Ratones at the moment. The Rats also did have a little bit of shakiness, especially in their game number 2, which is not a bad thing. It just makes the whole competition more exciting because yes, we have some established strong teams, but they're not completely untouchable. And we have some teams who are below them, but they also show a lot of promise going further into the split.
Well, we have the interview to start it off. It's with Haro coming in from LLS. So let's toss it to him and say hello yet again. Welcome back, Haro.
Hello.
This was a rough one. I know we need to talk about this. Haro.
Yeah.
Seeing your praises.
That wasn't
what
great.
happened.
I mean, we just lost the sauce. I mean, there's nothing else to say.
The early game, that was so well prepared though. I was loving it. I was loving it. The way you brought in the lane swap, the constant tower diving, not letting them breathe. That was perfect. That felt like a done. It's a wrap. It's a done. We move on. But the sauce, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Haro, when you look into this group at the end of day 1, let's focus on that. How do you think the competition is looking right now? And at the end of play day, so as soon as we're done with day 3, which is the second day for you, how do you think it's going to wrap up? Give me your prediction.
I mean, like obviously us going 0-2 isn't too great. So I'm hoping that we can bounce back and still make it out of the groups, right? I think Los Patrones obviously played really well. I think like the last game we just played versus Bulldogs, I mean, we should have had it in the bag, but I mean, yeah, we dropped it. So like out of the other teams, I mean, if I have to say that we get out, you know, I think that's fair enough to say, you know. Then maybe Los Ratones or North, like we haven't really seen them too much as well. I think.
You still have
like
time.
how many teams are making it out of groups? I'm not actually too sure.
From what I know, I have to check it, but from what I know, it's everybody goes on to playoffs and it's a seeding stage.
Oh really?
I have to check it again.
I mean, I think if we take us out of like the consideration, I mean, I think Los Ratones will be on top in our group, and then I mean, I think North probably comes second, and then I mean the other teams kind of similar in the group in a sense. Actually, who else is there? There's Bulldogs, there's us. And then, what's the last of the competition in our group?
It's seeding, by the way. It's seeding. I just got confirmation. Yeah. You scared me. I was like, wait, it's seeding, isn't it?
yeah, it is seeding. It's me who has to look it up. Yeah, I mean, definitely Los Ratones and like Nord are looking like the stronger teams, right? And then everything else, I think, looks quite beatable.
Hey,
so that's like my overall prediction.
First day Audible, it didn't go well on this last match, but you still have something ahead of you. Don't worry. You also have an entire, almost an entire week to rest and to think about what happened and how to improve on to the next one. Audible, thank you so much for the interview. I'll see you soon. And keep smiling, man. Keep smiling. We're still starting.
Yeah. Cheers.
There you go. That's what I love. Oh, I got scared for a second. I was like, wait, it's only seeding, isn't it? Okay. So we're done with this. Obviously, a day that is complicated. If you start on an 0-2, you know your number will be complicated to getting out of groups. And probably you'll be facing the most powerful teams on the other side, on Group B. So obviously, that's not how you want to wrap it up. But obviously, for Bulldogs, they're comfortable. They're like, okay, this is like a reigning race, but we shouldn't celebrate that much, should we?
It's a tough one already, isn't it? Like this is it. You want to get off. You want to lead the gate swinging, and it's not just the fact that they went 0-2. It's the fashion they did it. You know, that's kind of game that keeps you up at night. It's not nice to lose a game like that.
You know what they say about bulldogs as a breed of the dog? Because they are a serious fighting dog, but the thing about them is that when they get to their victim, they grab onto it, and they do not release the bite until they're dead. And I think
That's
it's
my
quite
cat.
poetic.
That's my cat. Yeah.
Yeah, your cat is a different creature.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, but I suppose calling your team the Tabbies doesn't quite have the same effect, does it? So.
Hey!
Bulldog sounds
Speaking
better.
of
Yeah.
dogs, we have the interview coming in for the enemy team. Let's toss it away. And I do believe it's Caman that is waiting for us, the mid laner.
Oh,
Oh wait, yeah. Oh wait, I was just hello. I was just yeah. My dog wants a bit of attention, you know, and we also at Bulldogs, right? So we gotta support the dogs also out there, you know. My cute doggy, he has supported me to make the win happen as well. So shout out to all the dog enjoyers. Yeah.
What's the name of the dog? I mean, you gotta introduce the dog now.
He's Tommy. He's a really cutie, you know. He's always in my arm, you know.
Oh, look at
So
that. So you're telling me that he helped you win this game, right?
yeah, I mean, like that's the name of the Bulldog Esports family, right? I think we need the power of the dogs, you know, to win. So, I mean, usually, yeah,
You know account sharing is illegal, don't you?
yeah, but for the dogs, it's, you know, it's like fine for the.
Hey, that was a wonderful game, though. Oh, look at that tail, though. Oh, come on. That's killing me.
Okay, we should talk a bit about the game. Sorry for not being so professional. This is the only interview I do like this, okay? Next interviews will be more professional, sorry.
No, bring Tommy. Bring Tommy. No, I would fight against everyone for Tommy. I don't know. Look at that. So,
Wait, you need...
No,
Okay.
he's the owner. Caman, tell me something. The comeback
Yeah?
on this game. I don't care. Continue talking like that. This
Yeah, okay.
The comeback in this game. How did you feel? Because let's be honest, you got beat up non-stop at the beginning of the game. It was horrible. So how did you get the mental to come back? And how were the calls within the game?
Yeah, so basically I got these negative thoughts, right? And then I thought about my dog and no, not sure. I mean, the thing is, in these games, like we knew we are the better team. It always sounds so fishy, but you actually need to remind yourself that you are the better team. And as long as you get the structure back in, and probably everyone out there saw that we didn't have the structure, we were just getting dove a bit. And also did some greedy things to make us get more dove. But we knew as long as everything is set up again, if it's structured, we can make the comeback. And I think that's what we showed, and I'm really happy for that. I think also we got really insane draft to make these plays, you know. For example, the Aurora, which is often first pick, we got it on second rota on fifth pick. Like we got a lot of OP champs, and gladly we showed that they are OP, you know. And next time, yeah, I have to use my hands and not write patch notes, hopefully.
Caman, thank you so much for this one, and always bring Doggy into interviews if possible. Thank you.
Well, one quick thing. Solari did like a lot of interviews with my actual brother, Afro Boy, in the Polish league. He was always speaking highly of you, so shoutouts to you. One quick time. I mean, now you're casting his his younger brother. But yeah, just wanted to do a quick little shout out, and thank you for all the Bulldog enjoyer or the dog enjoyer, you know, like always the heart, you know, like also if I can do it in my stream, I'm also having always a dog cam, so if you want to see more of Tommy, you know where to, or the next matches. But I'm not sure, maybe my manager will fire me for having such an unprofessional interview. So maybe write in the chat right now, Robin, don't fire Caman, okay? So maybe that will work. But
Chat, you need to protect Tommy. Chat, you
okay.
gotta protect Tommy.
Thanks for the beautiful interview, and
Thank you.
yeah.
Best of luck. I'll see you next week, and Tommy as well. Tommy, we love you.
Bye bye.
He's gone. I like dogs.
Find someone who looks at you the way Tommy looks at creating
Dogs are so
Caman,
great.
sorry. It's
That's exactly the sound I have inside my brain right now, by the way. That's actually the sound. But if you want to make that sound of happiness, you can do it by participating on Arozzi giveaway and getting one of those chairs that Solari is currently sitting in. Look at this, beautiful! Head on to Twitter, follow NLC. Head on to Instagram, follow Arozzi Chairs. And then you like and retweet the post. And if you're lucky, you'll get one of these beautiful chairs in your house, so you can not only participate in League of Legends games, but also watch NLC extremely comfortable.
I can
Are we
confirm.
okay?
It's very comfortable.
I'm so happy for you. Seriously, like only joy on my face. What about
No
today's
jealousy at all.
results? What about today's results? This was an interesting day to start off NLC 2025 Winter Split. Los Ratones taking the first one, Verdant taking the second one. Ratones with a 2-0, Nord compensating for the first loss, and then Bulldogs joining in with the great upset to end up the day. So I would like to get your final remarks before we move on to the next one.
I will just say those last two games of the day, we were Verdant Nord and Bulldog Lightside. Both of those games should have gone the other way,
Yeah.
arguably. So I think it's going to be really exciting here in Group A. Outside of Los Ratones, like we could have seen a 0-2 day here for Nord, who are also highly esteemed coming into the day. So anything can happen here in NLC.
Best of one.
It's rather fun though that some of our expectations were met today, but also some of them were completely broken. And I feel like that is pretty much the essence of how NLC is going to look in this split. Like there are some things you can expect, but also so many surprises are going to come their way, and I can't wait to see them.
Well, it's a chaotic league. We've all been talking about that. It's chaos all year round. And talking about chaos, well, they're going to be playing tomorrow. With who? Well, I'm going to show you on the schedule. You think it's only one day. We have a lot of days just for you. There you go. This is the schedule for tomorrow. You can expect us at the same time, 18 Central European time. We have Venom Crest, for instance, the winners of the first split, Ruddy joining in, Chaos DMG trying to build up even more in Rich Gang to start off the day at 18 Central European time. With that in mind, it's all for today. We love you very much. And final remarks for the day, both of you at the desk, so I can wrap it up.
Los Ratones, they're the team to beat. Absolutely.
Looking forward to who is going to be the first one to beat Los Ratones, because so far,
And you can see that next week. But tomorrow we have Group B. So keep in mind that. Put in your schedule. Join in as well. And join the fun of Northern League of Legends Championship. Because without you, it's not the same. Come on. So tomorrow, Arozzi Northern League of Legends Championship will return with the Winter Split. I'll see you soon. And until then, keep climbing. See ya.